pull up to the pump. You tell yourself $40, no more. The number climbs past 40 anyway, and you let it because you have to be somewhere and this is just what it costs to get there. But the gas is the small part. The gas is the only cost you actually see. Add up everything your car quietly takes from you in a year. The payment, the insurance, the repairs, and the money the car loses just by existing. And for a lot of people it comes out to more than $12,000 a year, $1,000 a month gone to sit in traffic. And most of that money leaves your account without you ever noticing it go. So why does the thing you bought to get to work end up being one of the biggest reasons you can never get ahead? The answer is not that you picked the wrong car. It is that the whole system was built to make the car cost far more than the sticker ever said. Start with the number you were shown, the price on the window. That number is not the cost of the car. It is the cost of unlocking the car. After that, a second set of bills begins, and those never really stop. You do not buy a car once. You buy it every single month, for as long as you own it, in a dozen small pieces that never show up on the same receipt. First, the payment. Most people cannot pay cash, so they finance. And the moment you finance, you are not just buying a car. You are renting money to buy a car. The average new car loan now stretches close to 7 years. 7 years of payments on a machine that starts falling apart long before the loan is done. And on a longer loan, the interest quietly stacks up, so you can easily pay thousands of dollars extra just for the privilege of paying slowly. You wanted a car. You bought a car on a loan, and the loan came with its own price tag that nobody put on the window. Now the cost almost nobody feels, because it never sends a bill. The second you drive a new car off the lot, it is worth less than what you paid. A new car can lose a fifth of its value in the first year and roughly half of it in 5. Think about that. You could hand over $30,000, drive for 5 years, and the car is now worth $15,000 evaporated, and not one of those dollars ever felt like it was spent. There was no swipe, no receipt, no moment where you decided. That is the quietest drain of all. It happens while the car just sits in the driveway doing nothing. And it is usually the single biggest cost of owning it. Bigger than gas, bigger than repairs. And it is the one you will never see leave. Then come the ones that do send bills. Insurance every month, whether you drive or not, priced by things you cannot control. Gas rising and falling on the news, on wars, on decisions made in rooms you will never enter. And repairs, which arrive on their own schedule. A timing belt, a set of brakes, a transmission. Always, somehow, in the same week rent is due. Each one alone feels survivable. That is the trick. They never arrive together. They arrive spread out, one at a time. So it never quite feels like the $12,000 year that it actually is. And it is worth asking how a car became something you cannot say no to. For most of history, people lived where they worked. You walked. Then cities were built out wide, jobs on one side, homes on the other, with almost nothing connecting them but road. Buses got cut, trains never came, whole towns were designed around the assumption that everyone would simply own a car, so the car stopped being a luxury and became a key. Not a key to freedom, a key to being allowed to earn it all. No car, no job, no job, no car. And that is the real trap. You did not choose the car so much as the map chose it for you. The system needs you to get to work, but it does not pay for the way you get there. It quietly hands you the bill, the payment, the insurance, the gas, the depreciation, and calls it your personal expense, your responsibility, your choice. It is a cost of having a job that gets counted as a cost of your life. You are paying, out of your own pocket, $12,000 a year for the machine that carries you to the place that pays you. And the place that pays you treats that machine as none of its concern. And here is where it locks shut. When money is tight, you buy the cheaper, older car, the one that breaks more, costs more to fix, and drinks more gas. So the person with the least pays the most to keep a car running. The same way the person with the least pays more for everything, or you trade in a car you still owe money on and roll that leftover debt into the next loan. Now you are paying for 2 cars while driving one. People carry that shortfall for years, buried inside a payment, never once seeing the number that says they owe more on the car than the car is even worth. Every dollar the car takes is a dollar that could have become the savings that finally let you buy a better one. The cost of the cheap car is what keeps you from ever affording the good one. None of this means the car is the villain or that you were foolish to buy it. For most people, it is not optional. It is how you feed a family and hold a job. But it is worth being honest that a thing sold to you as freedom is, for a lot of people, one of the heaviest anchors they carry. And almost none of that weight is written on the window sticker. So come back to the pump. $40 you meant to spend, a little more that you did. That number on the screen was never the real cost. Behind it sits the payment, the insurance, the repairs, and the quiet thousands the car loses just by being yours. The $12,000 a year you hand over to keep the key that lets you go to work. Not because you are bad with money, but because the system built a world you cannot reach without a car, then left you to pay for the car alone. The gas was never the expensive part. The expensive part was everything you were never shown on the way to the pump.